This from Penang. Thank you.
Good evening, Bhante. Good evening,
Good evening,
everyone.
Bhante and everyone.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening, Bhante and everyone.
Evening.
Bhante.
Let's wait till others probably show up. Maybe a couple of seconds. All right, so let's get started. I bring respect to the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. I think today we have a couple of newcomers, and some of them have been asking me whether how deep is the Pali that we are going to discuss here. So my answer to them was personally that it's not a Pali class. I inform everybody at the beginning. It's a Pali reading class. When you say Pali class, then we have to go into the grammar. And then we are not going to the grammar. And it's a different area. So what we are doing in our classes, we are going to learn, especially in your case, you are going to read some of the Pali texts. Reading Pali texts and then learning Pali grammar, there are two things. But you will learn very important basics of Pali thing. When you read, now what is the most important thing in learning Pali? You should be initially able to read in the proper way. That is the most important thing. Otherwise, you may know tons of grammar. How do the combinations work? How do the samasas work? How do different grammatical rules work? But in the end, if you cannot read Pali in the proper way, that's going to be an issue. It's like people who writing English well, but they can't speak English. Right? So we are initially looking at the reading part. Our class is online Pali reading class. One of the very rarest class you can find. We find Pali classes. It's online Pali reading class. And today is a wonderful day. We are doing our 50th class, 50. Almost a half 100. We started on, I think in June last year, 2023 June. You can still see there are people who were joining us even at that time. They've been continuing to learn. And they understand attending one class is not the way to learn Pali reading. You have to keep up, learn consistently. That is the way how we're going to learn. It's not like a one overnight journey. Today I learned some Dhammapada verses. I know everything. So it's a continuous journey. The more you attend, the more progressive you are in your learning. So for those newcomers, don't worry. We are picking up different Pali stanzas every day. So if you want to learn more, I would say previous ones, I can send you the recording. Otherwise, Every day we are picking up a new stanza because we have come to the Dhammapada. So Dhammapada has different verses. All right, so I welcome everyone, and then we will now go into the text. As you know, in the first 50 to 20 minutes, we are going to do the reading part. And I think I gave everyone a chanting group. Most of you, I think most of you. If there's anybody who has not been given a chanting group, please send me a WhatsApp message, or you can say, uh, Sister Tanvi, were you given a chanting group in your WhatsApp messages? Probably. I think you must have been given one. Yes, you've been given group number 6. Yes, in your WhatsApp message you can see when you initially register, it's group 6. If others they still don't have a chanting group, I think they must have. So please do that. The plan of getting you to read is not that it is an optional thing to read. When everyone try to read, then they are trying to clarify their reading ability. It's not that we are letting everyone do those what you call talented chanters to read these things. We want everyone to read, so then they are finally able to read text. So whenever you go to another class, maybe you go to a chanting session, you can surprise the Bhantes and all this. I know how to read, Pali. There's an added advantage. You might ask, how did you learn this one? All right. So let's go to the text over here. Dhammapada 17 and 18. Okay. So Dhammapada 17, 18 means Dhammapada has chapters. There are 20. There are 26 chapters. See that? And 423 verses, I think. It's not mistaken. So now we have come down to the, I would say, the last couple of stanzas of the chapter 1. Chapter 1 is about Yamaka. We say Yamaka means dichotomies. Dichotomy means, what does dichotomy mean? Pairs. That means in this particular chapter, first stanza talks about something not good, while the second stanza talks about the good side of that particular stanza. So we call it dichotomy. In English, dichotomy, paradoxes. These are some of the words that we understand. Dichotomy means there are two aspects. Okay, so we have done up until 16, and today we are going to learn about 17 and 18. Let me read first. Idha tappati pecha tappati papakari ubayatta tappati papam me katanti tappati biyo tappati duggatin gato. Idha tappati pecha tappati papakari ubayatta tappati papam me katanti tappati biyo tappati duggatin gato. All right, so we'll be asking groups to read. First, I would ask someone from group 1 to read this. You can raise your virtual hand here. All right, answer. Let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ida tapati pecha tapati, papakari ubayakta tapati. Papang me katangti tapati, bio tapati dukating gato.
Right, great. And group 2. Yes, Kim, please.
Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papa kari ubayata tapati. Papang me katang ti tapati. Bio tapati dukating gato.
Great. And group 3.
Bhante, can I read?
Yes,
Read.
Corina. Go ahead.
Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papa kari upagyata tapati. Papam me katam ti tapati. Bio tapati dugatim gato.
Okay, great. And then we have KB on. Group
Thank you.
on 4. Yes.
Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papa kari ubayata tapati. Papang me katang ti tapati. Bio tapati dugating gato.
Great.
Thank
And
you.
group 5. Yeah, Melinda, let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papa kari ube yata tapati. Papan me katanti tapati. Bio tapati dukatin gato.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Thank you.
And group 6. Group 6. From group 6, I think we got a couple of newcomers on group 6. I think, especially newcomers. Yeah, Margaret Tan, Siu Mei, Chan Mayo, Dolly. You are newcomers, including Neo, Preeti. Yes. Anybody?
Okay.
Oh, please go ahead. Yes. Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
It's up. Yeah, over to you.
Okay. Sorry. Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papam kati ubayata tapati. Papam me katanti tapati. Bio tapati dukam tim gato.
Would you mind reading again?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papa kari ubayata tapati. Papam me katanti tapati. Bio tapati duka tim gato.
Great. Yeah. Fast learning. Yes. Yeah, group 7. Group 7. Yeah. Yes, Aliana, please.
Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papa kari ubayata tapati. Papang mi katanti tapati. Bio tapati dugating gato.
Okay, great. And group 8. Yes, Doris. Let's go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papa kari ubayata tapati. Papam me katan ti tapati. Bio tapati dugati gato.
Great.
Thank you.
And yeah, now I'm going to give the opportunity to others. Others means those of you who want to read, but somebody of your group, read at the beginning. So, but you can read. If you want to read, you can raise your virtual hand. Yes, I will start with Rashmi. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Ida
Yes.
tappati, pecha tappati, papakari, ubayatha tappati. Papam me katanti tappati, dhiyo tappati duggati gato.
Great. And Ori?
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papa kari ubayata tapati. Papa me katanti tapati. Bio tapati dugating gato.
Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
May Ori? Yes.
Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papa kari upayata tapati. Papam me katanti tapati. Bio tapati dugatim gato.
Okay, great. And
Thank you,
CHL?
Thank you,
Yes.
Bhante. Ida tapati pecha tapati.
Papakari ubayata tapati. Papang me katanti tapati. Bio tapati dugatim gato.
Great. And Susan?
Thank you,
Yes.
Bhante.
Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Ita tapati, pecha tapati, papakari ubahayati tapati, katanti tapati, bio tapati, dugatim gato.
Small concern. I think I didn't hear some of the words. Maybe you missed out.
Oh,
Would you mind reading again?
thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ita tapati, pecha tapati, papakari ubahayata tapati, papame katanti tapati, bio tapati, dugatim gato.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you, Bhante.
And Seri? Okay.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papa kari upayata tapati. Papam me katanti tapati. Bio tapati dugatin gato.
Okay, great. And we have Jenny. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papa kari ubayata tapati. Papang me katanti tapati. Bio tapati dukatim gato.
Okay, great. And
Thank you.
Puchong, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papakari upayata tapati. Papame katanti tapati. Bio tapati dukatim gato.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
We have Simon. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Bhante. Ida tapati pacha tapati. Papa kari upayata tapati. Papam me katamti tapati. Bio tapati dukatim gato.
Okay, great. And we have Sokun.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papa kari ubayata tapati. Papam me katanti tapati. Bio tapati dugatim gato.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And Shirley. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Ita tapati pecha tapati. Papa kari ubhayatha tapati. Papang me katanti tapati. Bio tapati dugating gato.
Okay, great. And the last one is here. Annie, please.
Thank you, Bhante. Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papakari ubayatha tapati. Papame katanti tapati. Bio tapati dugatim gato.
Okay, great.
Thank you,
All
Bhante.
right. Ida tapati pecha tapati. Papakari ubayatha tapati. Papa me katanti tapati. Bio tapati dukating gato. I think we'll do the next stanza too, and then we will go to the explanations because of the timing. Okay. Ida nandati pecha nandati. This is the good version of the previous one. Ida nandati pecha nandati. Kata punyo ubhayata nandati. Punyang me katanti nandati. Biyo nandati sugatingati. Ida nandati pecha nandati. Kata punyo ubhayata nandati. Punyang me katanti nandati. Biyo nandati sugating gato. All right, so I'll be asking someone from group 1 to read. Yeah. Anyone from group 1?
Bhante, any?
Yes.
Ida nandati pecha nandati. Kata punyo upayatha nandati. Punyam me katanti nandati. Biyo nandati sugatim gato.
Okay, great. Group
Thank you,
2.
Bhante.
Yes, Mayor, please.
Ida nandati pecha nandati. Kata puno upayata nandati. Punya me kantati nandati. Biyo nandati sugatim gato.
Would you mind reading the second and third line, please?
Kata puno upayata nandati.
Do you pronounce it as punno or punyo?
Punyo.
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 Not punno.
Kata punyo upayat. Kata punyo upayata nandati. Punam me kantati nandati.
Punyo.
Punyam me katanti nandati.
Punyam me kantati nandati.
Punyam me katanti. Okay,
No.
let me show everybody something here. Now, you don't see the usual N here. You see there is a certain diacritical mark above it. You see that? Nya, nya. This means nya. This is na. So we have to understand that. We did not find it in the previous one. Kata punyo, punyo, ubayatana. Punyang, nya, not punnang. Punna is another Pali word. Punna means complete. Punna chanda, full moon, right? So that is punna is another. All right, then group 3. Group 3, who is that?
A few more here.
I can see there's another one. Corina, would you like to give the chance to Sumon?
Yes. Please let her go ahead. Yeah, I've taken
Okay,
mine.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, Sumon.
Ida nandati pecha nandati. Kata punyo upayata nandati. Punya me katati nandati. Bio nandati sukantim kanto.
Okay, great. Okay, I saw Kim also raising the hand, so I'll be giving the chance at the end. And then group number 4, KB on. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ida nandati, pecha nandati. Kata punyo ubayata nandati. Punyang me katanti nandati. Bio nandati sugating gato.
Okay, great. Group 5. Yes, Melinda.
Thank you, Bhante. Ida nananti pecha nananti. Kata punyo ubayata nananti. Punyam me katanti nananti. Biyo nananti sugatim gato.
Okay, now there's a small concern about this verb that recurs everywhere. Could you repeat this part again? This Pali verb?
Nandati.
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 Nandati. I make myself happy, Nandati means I make myself happy. It's good. It's a good Pali verb. All right.
Okay.
Group 6. Yes. Yes. Henry, I think you are. Is this your first class today?
Yes, Bhante.
Should be. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Please.
Ida nandati pecha nandati. Kata punyo upayata nandati. Punyang me kata nanti nandati. Biyo nandati sukating gato.
Yeah, it's a good beginning, but I'm just wondering about this Pali word. Third section. Let me see here.
Punyang me kata nanti nandati.
How do you pronounce it? Punyam me?
Punyang me kata nanti nandati.
There's no A after N. Katanti.
Oh, okay. Punyang me katanti nandati.
Because there is an I. This I is contracted. You can see with this apostrophes actually. Punyam me katang iti nandati. But because there is the what you call easy pronunciation in Pali, they pronounce it as Punyam me katanti nandati.
Punyang me katanti nandati.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Yes. And group 7. Yes, Shani.
Thank you, Bhante. Itha nandati, pecha nandati. Kata punyo ubhayatha nandati. Punyang me katanti nandati. Bhiyo nandati sugating gato.
Okay, great. Group 8. Last group, group 8. Yes, Doris, please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ida nandati, pecha nandati. Kata punyo ubayata nandati. Punyam me katanti nandati. Vio nandati sugatim gato.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Now the opportunity is for others. We'll start with the king. Yes, King. Yes, please.
Da nandati pecha nandati. Kata punyo ubayata nandati. Punyang me katanti nandati. Biyo nandati sukating gato.
Okay, great. And we have Champakla. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ida nandati pecha nandati. Kata punyo upayata nandati. Punyam me katanti nandati. Biyo nandati sukatim gato.
Great. And then all.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ida nandati, pecha nandati. Kata punyo ubayata nandati. Punyang me katangti nandati. Bio nandati sugating gato.
Okay, great. Now
Thank you.
answering.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ida nandati pecha nandati. Kata punyo ubayata nandati. Punyang me katanti nandati. Bio nandati sugating gato.
Great.
Thank you,
And
Bhante.
Rashmi. Yes.
Idha nandati pecha nandati. Kata punyo ubayatha nandati. Punyang me katanti nandati. Biyo nandati sugating gato.
Great. And Pochuang, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ida nandati pecha nandati. Kata punyo upayatta nandati. Punyang me katanti nandati. Piyo nandati sukatim gato.
Okay, great.
Thank you,
And
Bhante.
Jenny Chong, yes. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, Jenny.
Ida nandati pecha nandati. Kata punyo ubayata nandati. Punyang me katanti nandati. Biyo nandati sukatim gato.
Great.
Thank
And
you.
we have Secha.
Thank you, Bhante. Ida nandati pecha nandati. Kata punyo ubayata nandati. Punyang me katanti nandati. Bio nandati sugating gato.
Great.
Thank
And we
you.
have Serene. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ida nandati pecha nandati. Kata punyo ubahayata nandati. Punyam me katanti nandati. Bio nandati sukatim gato.
Great.
Thank
And
you,
Corina.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ida nandati pecha nandati. Kata punyo upayata nandati. Punya me katati nandati. Bio nandati sugatim gato.
Great.
Thank
And
you.
finally, Rachel. Yes.
Yeah, Bhante, thank you. Ida nandati pecha nandati. Kata punyo ubayata nandati. Punyang me katangti nandati. Piyo nandati sugating gato.
Okay, great. Is there anybody else who would like to read? Anyone
Bhante
else?
Sumoy,
Did
I
you
have a
already?
question. I
Okay.
already done. I have question regarding the punyame katati nandati. Because like this Pali language, it seems that because this is like having an active active noun, right? I mean, it says that I'm delight. So that means he will like say out that I have done merit lah. Is it so?
Yeah.
Oh, but in the Pali language, does it have the open inverted comma and close inverted comma? It's just to recognize that is an active.
Yes.
Oh,
That is another way to look at it too.
okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else who would like to read this Pali stanza? Okay, Andrew, give me a second, Andrew. And then let me see. I would probably look at some newcomers for today, in addition to right. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Andrew, please go ahead.
Bhante, I want to ask the he and she is the same in Pali, is it?
No,
How
it
do
is
I
different.
different?
So means he, sa means she. It depends. It depends. Yeah, there are different. There is no what you call unisex wording for somebody at that point. So there are different pronouns, and then usages for males and females.
Oh, that means for female is different and male is different.
Normally. But when the Buddha is talking many suttas, he's talking to males. That doesn't say that he is discriminating the female. But we see he uses the word so. So means he. But I would like you to think about so and sa, he and she. We have to take the both at the same time because now the conditions have changed. This is not the Buddha's lifetime now. Buddha was living in a very different background where female was not even given the chance to go to a temple. So he had to go by the time and then give the Dhammapada. But now today it's different.
So in all the sutta, is only mentioned about male only?
Mostly, there are some of the very few suttas, few areas. Yeah. Otherwise.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. All right. One of the other things, are you going to read too, Henry? I hope not. Okay.
I have done the reading.
You done?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Thank
So
you.
one of the very important things to hear how other people read the Pali is, what do you think about it? Is that, now a lot of people say, I can read Pali stanzas, Pali sections, suttas in my own way. But when you learn how other people read or chant, then it is also a very good thing. Then you can understand what they are talking. You will get used to their chanting. Sometimes there are people who cannot chant together, right? Because they don't know how to stay consistent in a chanting group. So when we learn how other people chant, so we understand, this is their way, the accent and all that. This will help you to have a nice chanting one day in a temple, vihara, as a group. This is kind of one long overdue thing from the OPRC side. I'm thinking one day we're going to make a chanting group one day, not today, so that because our purpose is to have everybody that mastery in reading, chanting in the proper way, Pali in the proper way. Okay, so let's discuss about this.
Bhante, I like to say something also, Sumoy. Yeah, because when we attend certain venerables, different venerables doing chanting, they also have their own rhythm of chanting because I come across a lot of this one. That's why when it's chant for the same type of chanting, sometimes the rhythm is also different. Sometimes it's very difficult to
That's why,
recognize their
that's why
chanting.
that's why we strip out the rhythm here. Nobody's chanting with a rhythm here. They just chant in the normal way. Right? They don't bring the melody. The Buddha said, don't chant in a melody. In many places, he said, Runna midam bhikkhave gita, never chanting in a music way. But in today's world, there are people who are doing that. It is good because at least we understand music is the universal language. So we can give the message to many people. But if there are people who are always thinking, no, I chant in a melodious way, that is not going to work, because then your more focus will be the music side, the melody side, not what is inside embedded in those Pali, suttas and all that. So that's important. You don't have to worry about different people's chanting styles unless you understand what they are talking. You don't mind about people who are speaking Mandarin in a different accent. Do you mind about it? You see, it's a colloquial, it's a slang. It's a sort of maybe you might call it this language, that language. But if you understand what they are talking, that's important. That is our purpose. Letting yourself understand what they are talking in Pali. Okay, we go back to the stanza here. Now, let me tell you, this stanza, along with the other stanza too, talks us or gives an understanding to us that how does someone who has done bad karma, akusalas, is going to feel about one's own bad karmas at different mental states. Now, when somebody made a bad karma, akusala karma, maybe breaking the 5 precepts or breaking one of the 10 kusalas, that person will go through 3 layers of mental suffering. 3 layers. Now we might think, same suffering. No, Buddha says they are going through 3 layers of unhappiness, or I would say mental torture. So this is what the first stanza here talks about. Let's see how it is going to work here. Now suppose there is someone who has done a akusala, maybe broke the precepts, maybe broke one of those kusala kammas, 5 precepts or 10 kusala kammas. See, if somebody is to break, then what will happen? That particular person, we call him or her as papakari. Papakari. This is also a male suffix, papakari. Should be papakarini, the female perpetrator. But here is papakari. We take it as a commentary. Let's say when someone has done an akusala, broke the precept, killed, stole, sexually misbehaved, lied, then taken beverages, food to an extent where at a point he or she cannot make a sound judgment about what's happening. This kind of a person is called papakari, the evil or the akusala one. So this akusala one torments at 3 levels. What are these 3 levels? What do you call? Place-wise, there are 3 places. In this life, in the next life, in both this life and next life. As a place, this person suffers, goes through pain within the 3 places. What is this pain? Is it the pain somebody else is giving to that person, or is it kind of a self-pain? It is a guilty feeling in the first place. At the same time, he or she goes through pain. He or she cannot even share with other people, because he or she knows what she will done. So there are 3 places in terms of the life this person goes through pain. this life, then next life, and this life, and next life. How does he or she go through the pain? This way. Ida tappati, peccha tappati, papakari uba. Ida tappati, how does someone who has broken the precepts, who has done an akusala, going to go through the pain? What is the way of that pain? He or she considers that I have done a bad karma. I have done akusala. He considers. How does he consider? Compared to the good side of that activity. Now, when you go to the prison, especially when monks, nuns, or those of spiritual people go to a prison, how many people approaching monks and nuns saying, Bhante, if I had missed one more minute, I would have never done that. I would have never killed that person, never stolen, never done that. But I could not pass that 1 minute, couple of seconds. I rushed to do the bad thing. So, how do they now understand they had done a bad karma? Not just because of the penal code, but because they considered that it was a bad thing. I could have done the good side of that particular activity. So they are comparing their evil version onto the good version that they could have been. So this is what it says. How does someone who done a bad karma is going to go through the pain? Means they consider the opposite side of the activity and then considers that I do bad karma, then I suffer, I go through the pain. Then how does that person suffer or go through the pain in the next life? Let's see that. That's also interesting. Peccha tappati. Peccha means next life. Tappati means torment. Can you think about how does someone torment go through the pain in the next life? By experiencing the karma vipakas of that particular bad karma. Now let's say that person sexually misconducted in the previous life. Till he passes away, he and she was thinking about, considers every time this pops up in the mind, he or she had to struggle. He or she cannot even tell other people. Then if they tell other people, there will be other problems. So now, having lots of pain in the mind, in the heart, they die. In the next life, what is going to happen is that now they are going to experience, I would say, enjoy the karma fruit. Right? So we enjoy our own karma, right? Normally when somebody is eating something, we say, I enjoy your food. But now, these people are enjoying the bad karmas they done in the past life. So how does someone go through the pain in terms of the next life? Is that when they go through the result of that particular bad karma, then they are going to go through the pain. Now, what does it mean by the evil person is going through the pain in this life? The pain that comes to the evil person means when each time when he or she considers that I done a bad karma, every time he or she suffers, goes through the pain. That is what we call either, you can see over here, the tappati. Here, he or she goes through pain. Peccha tappati means when that particular person passes away and then going to be reborn in a place, regardless of the place, that person is going through the physical, mental pain as a result of that particular bad karma. Then, where is the third pain coming from? Ubayatta. This is interesting. Ubayatta, now third pain, the first pain, second pain, third pain of the evil person. Where is this coming? Where is the place that someone goes through this particular pain? The Buddha says he or she suffers here and in the next place. How does that suffering like? That pain like? Can you think about it? Now there is a fear of death that will come to the evil person before the passing away. So that means that pain is also happening before the death. Fear of death. Why to die? Why to fear to die? Because he or she knows I done bad karma. I haven't done enough good karma, so I know what is going to happen to me. That fear of death is the third pain an evil person is going to go through. First pain, second pain, third pain. First pain is going to happen in this life. Second pain in the next life by going through the pain to the results of the karma. Third pain is also being experienced in this world itself with the fear of death, because that person knows what's going to happen to me when I pass it. Right, three pains. Three pains in two places. Another interesting thing is papam me katanti tappati. I have done a bad karma. Every time this is popping up in his heart, his mind. I have done a bad karma. In relation to what kind of mental state this person is thinking, I have done a bad karma, he or she knows there is a good side of this particular activity that he could have done, she could have done, which he or she had not done it. Every time I could have done good karmas, maybe I could have handled that situation a little differently, not making me a person, an evil person, akusala person. So then, papam me katanti. So by thinking, by feeling that I have done a bad karma, this is what. And then what is going to happen? Biyo tappati. Biyo tappati duggatin gato. Biyo means now the pain is even more. Biyo means more. Biyo tappati. Now more pain is coming now, to an extent where that person is going to be reborn in a duggati. Duggati means, what does gati mean in Pali? G-A-T-I. Gati. Then there are Pali words. Duggati. D-U-G-G. Duggati. Oh, not Sugati. Sugati. Can we identify these Pali terms? What does Gati mean? Gati means
Realm of existence.
next life. This is the good Pali word for the next life. Then Duggati means, actually Gati means not even the next life, the place of the next life. You could be an animal, you could be an asura, you could be a hellish being, you could be a human, deva. Gati, the place of the next. So bhava means next life. Bhava. I think you know this Pali word bhava. But what is the exact place of my bhava? That is called gati. Exact location, precise location. Duggati means a bad place. Sugati means good place. Now, can you tell me how many bad places, woeful states, which we are not supposed to be reborn? I hope you have not counted them, because you are destined to be reborn in a good place. Huh? Never thought about hell. But who knows what's going to happen to us? Even King Ashoka was reborn as a python in the Himalayas. Right? So, how many bad places, Duggati, are there in Buddhist teachings?
4, Bhante. That's 4.
Oh, could you tell me the names? You haven't given thoughts about this.
Niraya,
Niraya,
Kicharana,
Pitasura.
What's the second one?
Asura, Kicharana, animal.
Tirachan.
Ticharana.
Tirachan. Let me write it. Tirachan, animal kingdom. I'm going to write it here. Maybe. Tirachan. Tirachan. Oh, Tirachan. Tirachan means animal kingdom. Animal kingdom. Now, Tiru means, what does Tiru mean? A cross. Pali Tiro is a prefix called cross. Why does Tiro connected to the animals? Tiro means animals cannot walk straight. Animals walk across. Only humans can walk straight for the most part. That's why I normally, when I teach walking meditation, I tell people, it's not even looking at your akusala. It's a good time that If you are a sports buckling, you can now walk straight. You don't want to go here and there. You walk straight. Right? So Tirachanas, animal kingdom. Naraka, hells. Tirachana, animals. Then Asuras. Then Petas. Naraka, Peta, Tirachana, Asura. All right, I think I can, maybe I'm going to type it here. Naraka, then and Asura. Okay, so never plan to be reborn there, even in the last minute of your last moment of your life. Never ever. Now the Naraka is further divided into 16 places, 16 hells. We call them as eight hot hells and 8 cold hells. Normally people don't think about the cold hells. They always think about hot hells. We call them Sanjiva, Raurava, Maharaurava, Tapa, Pratapa, Avici, and there are 8 actually. Kala Sutra, Sangata. And there are 8 hot hells, cold hells. Actually, they are given in the Mahasamgikas, Mahayana, what do you call, primary Mahayana books, Sarvastivadi books. They are not given in the, what do you call, so-called Theravada text, which is a textual failure, I think, because sometimes you see some of the early Buddhist things we find out from the counterparts, Mahayana counterparts from the Chinese canon. They are in the Chinese canon, but the Sanskrit version is missing. Because when the monk Bodhidharma brought Buddhist books into China, they were originally in Sanskrit, and they were then translated into Chinese. Then the Sanskrit part was missing. Now the scholars are trying to find out what could be the early Buddhism from those Sanskrit counterparts. So there we find out there are 8 whole hells. That means you don't need to suffer in a hot hell. You might suffer, you may be able to suffer if you have done bad karmas in a cold place. You can find, if you go to some of the coldest countries, how some animals are dying within the cold nature, frozen cold nature. See. Right. Anyways, so these are the 4, what do you call, Dugatis. Dugatis. Go back. Sugati, there are 4 Dugatis. Then the rest should be good places. There are then 27 places. Right? 27 means human space, 6 heavens, 16 Rupavachara Brahma worlds, and 2 Arupavachara, 1, 7, 13, 27. Right? 27. Okay, so now the person who has done bad karma is going to further and in what do you call, in more ways of pain, going to go through lots of pain in those Dukkati places. Biyo means in more ways. Biyo. Dukkati means in one of those 4 places. All right, I think we can discuss about the story here, Devadatta story. Who is Devadatta? Can anybody help me find him out? Devadatta?
Buddha's cousin, Bhante.
Buddha's cousin. That means Super Buddha's son. Super Buddha means King Super Buddha, Yashodhara's father. Right? Yashodhara's father, and Siddhartha's wife, father. And you know the story. I think there are a lot of information going around among Devadatta. I think a lot of people, they don't know a complete story of Venerable Devadatta, because the thing is that Devadatta has been the monster in many Buddhist life stories, the way how people have narrated his story. But Just before Devadatta passed away, Buddha again reordained him in the Jetvanarama premises, because he acknowledged his problems. Then the Buddha reordained Venerable Devadatta, because if he had not reordained him, he would have never become a Pacheka Buddha in the future. Venerable Devadatta is going to be a Pacheka Buddha, named Attissara Pacheka Buddha in the future. His name will be Attissara Pacheka Buddha. So he's not going to be a monster anymore. He's going to be a Buddha. So we have to understand what happened with him. Let's think about what happened to him. Now, what actually happened to him? What's the meaning of Devadatta? Devadatta. Deva means, I think for those newcomers, I had to write down. They are thinking, what am I talking about here? Okay. Devadatta. Devadatta, his name. The person who did a lot of things to Buddha, I can see here too. So I'm going to break down this to Deva and Datta. Deva means? Deva. Who are Devas?
Deva can make
Deity.
rain, cloud, deity, a king.
Yeah. That is the problem now. One Pali word has so many meanings. How to find out the right meaning? Right? That is a problem. So when it comes to this Pali term, the name, it cannot be the rain. It should be Deva.
Deity.
Deities. Datta means, what is Datta? Datta comes from a Pali verb called Dana. Datta means the past participle of the Dana, given by the Deva. He got a very classy name. Not like many of our today's world people. They got a very classy name, Devadatta, given by the Devas. But what he did in some ways was not how he got the name. So what really happened? Suppabuddha, King Suppabuddha always blamed the Buddha, telling the Buddha that you destroy my daughter's life and everything. And then one day, I think Buddha said that he would pass away in a week of time. He would pass away, King Suppabuddha would pass away in a week of time. So then he challenged the Buddha, I'm not going to die. And he asked all the law enforcement into his palace, please protect me. I need special security and all that. Now, by the end of the 7th day, his bodyguard pushed him off the 7th floor. It is said. He passed away. Because he always blamed the Buddha. When you accuse the right people, it will come to you very easily, very fast. When you blame the wrong one. Now you don't think that I can blame the bad guys all the time. I can criticize them, badmouth them. We are not supposed to do that either. But when you do it to a good person, Vipaka will come very soon. Expect that soon. So then Devadatta also became a monk at a certain point where he joined the Buddha Sasana with other 5 friends. Their names are Bhaddiya, Anuruddha, Ananda, the Buddhist minister monk, Badu, Kimbila. So he became a monk along with these friends. This Bhaddiya is a very, famous monk, especially Anuruddha actually. The monk Anuruddha is such a very famous monk. In a way, we have a story to learn about him. One day he was playing a game with these friends. His mother used to send him some sweets. So he lost to the friends first time, and second time also he lost the game to the friends. Third time, also he lost to the friends. Now mother used to send some sweets to him. So we call it pue. Pue means kind of sweet made from the wheat flour. And then the mother's told son, I have no more sweets to send to you. No more. Let's say no sweets. Then Anuruddha sent a message to mother, can you please send me the no sweets? Because he has never heard no. No. Very interesting. So then the mother was worried and she thought today is a good day to tell my son the rejection, My son doesn't know the rejection, loss in life. So she put one very big pot, an empty pot, and covered that empty pot with a golden pot. Then now somebody is bringing these two pots into the place where Anuruddha was staying. Then the Devas were a little bit confused. The Devas who witnessed this issue thought, if we don't help this Anuruddha, something will happen to us. Even we cannot enter into the heavens today. Our heads will be broken into 7 parts. Because this Anuruddha had done a very good karma in a previous life. What was the good karma he did? He met a Pacheka Buddha in a previous life, offered the same sweets, and then at the same time, he had thought, may I never hear the word no in my sansaric life. Very interesting. May I never hear the word no. As a result of this wish, he never went through any moment where he had to say no to anybody. He even did not get rejected by anybody in his life, sansaric life. So Devas knew this. So if we don't help this man, something will happen to us. So they immediately went and filled the same sweets into those pots and then let him eat them. So this is Bhante Anuruddha. At later point, he became a monk. It is said that he was one of the 80 main monks. So along these other friends, Devadatta became a monk. Bhante Ananda became a Sotapanna. Bhante Anuruddha, Bhatya, they became Arahants. Bhante Paku Kimbil also became Arahants. But when people come to Jetavanarama, all the devotees are looking for the Buddha, Arahant Sariputta, Arahant Moggallan, Arahant Anuruddha, Bhante Ananda, Arahant Bhagu Kimbila. Nobody is searching him. He was a bit jealous about it. What he got was jhana meditation. He got some jhanas. He can levitate. Because he did not practice Dhamma properly. So he could not become a Sotapanna. He simply practiced jhana meditations. He was able to get a jhana, so he could levitate. Now, because he has not practiced what you call the path, becoming a Sotapanna, jealousy pervaded him. So he found a way to do something for this. Okay, I can levitate. I am going to levitate, and then I have to wait until King Bimbisara passes away. Then his son is an unwise guy. He's a playful guy, so I can convince him. But I cannot convince Bimbisara because he's a Sotapanna. He waited until Bimbisara to pass away. Not even he waited. He immediately used his powers of jhana meditation. He was appearing in the lap of Prince Ajasatta with 4 snakes. 1 snake on the right hand, 1 snake on the left hand, 1 snake was near his tummy area, another snake on the forehead. So Prince Ajasatta was scared. Who is this guy with so many snakes in the hands and everyone? He said, I am Devadatta. I have some powers. Let's do a win-win situation. You kill your father, I kill the Buddha. You get the ownership of the country, I get the ownership of the Sangha. He did not study well. He said, okay, we'll do that. What can I do? You have to kill your father. And eventually he killed King Bimbisara. And then he asked King Ajasatta, help me kill the Buddha. So he asked, then King Ajasatta sent some special forces to the Jetavarama's Buddha's place to descend from the roof of Jetarama and kill the Buddha. But it didn't work. So then he thought, King Ajasatta cannot do anything. So I am going to throw a stone. I am going to send Nalagiri. But none of these things worked. Then finally, he expired from the jhanic things, jhanic powers, because whatever he is doing with the jhana is bad things. He expired. Then he thought, okay, I have to find another way to take the ownership of the Sangha. So he went to the Buddha. He said to Buddha, Bhante, I suggest 5 things to you. Can you approve these 5 things so that everybody, these Sangha members, going to follow? Then he asked, what are those 5 things? Every Sangha member should not stay in a temple. They must stay in the forest. Every Sangha member should use Pindapata. They cannot receive food which devotees are bringing to the temple. Every Sangha member should use very heavy horse robes. Those robes are made from the wrappings of the dead people taken from the cemetery. And every Sangha member should not eat meat and fish. In this way, there were 5 things that he suggested. Then the Buddha said, I'm not going to approve any of these. Let Sangha members decide where they want to stay, what they want to do. They don't, because at that time, there were no Vinaya rules. Because all the Sangha members are Arahants. Most of them are Arahants and then attain Sangha members. There was no need to lay down rules for the monks and nuns. So then he knew that this plan is not also going to work now. So then he said to other Sangha members, the Buddha is not approving these things. What do you think about it? These are good things. Please join me. So he broke the Sangha apart. He brought them to another place. Then finally, with the support of Arahant Sariputta and Moggallana, those monks are coming back. So in this way, he did a lot of problematic things in the Sasana. So one day, then he told other Sangha members, now I understood my mistakes, my faults. I really want to apologize from the Buddha. Then he said a very interesting Pali stanza. A lot of people, they misunderstand. They think Buddha said by himself. What is that Pali stanza? This is it. Vadake deva dattam hi. I will maybe post later in the group chat. Vadake deva dattam hi. Chore anguli malake. Dhanapale Rahulecha Sabbatta Samamana. So other monks told him, there's no purpose of going to the Buddha. Now you already hurt him. He will not apologize to you, forgive you. Then he said, Devatas, no. I know the Buddha's real state of mind. He has same metta to me and to Angulimala and to Dhanapala elephant and to his son Rahula. Same metta. Just think about it. Very interesting. Huh? Our metta has to go to everybody in the same level. Now, monk Devadatta is telling other monks, his followers, no, Buddha is not like that. He is not specializing you. He is not giving favorite to you. He has the same loving kindness to me, to his son, and to Angulimala, and to the the elephant who was intoxicated by me. So I should go there and I should apologize to him. I should, Then they brought him to the Jetavara. Then other monks informed him that monk Devadatta is coming. The Buddha said, he won't see me today. He asked, why? Something will happen to him. So when he was taken to the Jetavara, near the pond, Buddha was trying to help him because he knew if he had not reordained him, he will never become a Pacheka Buddha. So he reordained him, given the new precepts. And then he passed away, since he was dragged to the Nirayas. So this story is the story of this stanza. Monk Devadatta considered that he done bad karma. That is the suffering he had in this life. And he experienced pain in the next life in the hell. And then before he passed away, out of the fear of the death, he experienced a lot of pain. That is the third Ubayatta. Ubayatta Tappati means he suffered both in this life and next life, in this life, by thinking what will happen to me after I pass away. All right, any questions about this story before we jump on to the next story and the stanza? All right, if not, we're gonna go to the next one. Please save your questions. Okay, next one is interesting. It's about the good side. Idanandati Pechanand. That means same idea. So now when someone has done good karmas, Kata Punya means done 10 Kusala karmas. What are the 10 Kusala karmas, Dhamma friends? I've been asking this many times, repeatedly. You have to tell me what they are. 10 good karmas, 10 Kusala karmas. Not killing, not stealing, not sexually misbehaving from the body. Not lying, not bad mouthing, not hurting, and not gossiping, idle chatting from the mouth. Then, not being covetous, having strong greed, not having ill will, not having misbelief from the mind. So these are the 10 Kusala karmas. Now, when someone has not done any of these, but done the opposite side, always trying to take care of other people, including oneself, always trying to protect other people's stuff, including oneself, always trying to respect others dearly, cordial, lovely relationships, marriages, always trying to speak the truth, always trying to speak the good words of good about other people, always trying to, be pleasant, nice to other people in the ways of speech, always trying to respect the time of other people, not become a gossiper and sharing all the unnecessary information, non-virtual stuff. Always trying to practice dana, practicing metta, practicing samadhi. Now, this kind of person is called Kata Punya. Kata Punya is that person. Kata Punya. This person has been making a lot of good karma. This person, as a result of those good karmas, Idanandati, considers all the time, morning, afternoon, evening, before sleep, just after waking up, I have done good karmas. I consider myself a very good person. That is called happiness in this life. Then, next one, when that person passes away, suppose he or she is going to be reborn, he or she is going to experience good karmas. Like Anuruddha, he never heard no, the word no. Now think about when people say no to you, you feel not happy, right? No. They say no, and no, right? No or don't, you're not happy. But this Anuruddha has never heard this no because he made a wish in a past life. May I never hear the word no. That means he did not hear anything. Now somebody out of here might go to a vihara tomorrow, give a dana, expecting, may I never hear this Pali, English word, what do you call? Pali word, no. No. Yes. So, those are good karmas. Right? Even the devas are going to be scared when bad things are happening to you. They are going to help you, protect you, because you've done a very massive good karma in a past life. So, Kata Punya. Upayattanandati means now being in this life before the passing away, there's no problem, no remorse, no regret, because she knows definitely I'm going to be reborn in a better place. Right? Why? Punyang me katanti nandati. That means I have done a good karma. So that person has kamma piti. This Pali word you can write down. Very interesting Pali word. Kamma piti. Kamma piti. Kamma piti means joy of one's own karma. Joy of one's own karma. Kamma piti. Then the other one is kamma dukkha. You have suffering about what you have done in this life. Kamma piti. So looking at one's own good karma, that person feels lots of kamma piti, kamma joy. Piti means joy. So, biyo nandati sugatingato, that happiness in this life by considering adana good karma, and happiness this person will enjoy in the next life, and happiness this person will be having, that I will not be reborn in a bad place. Because every time this thought is popping up in my mind, heart, that I done a good karma, married, good stuff. This will further high up, I would say, elevate the possibility of your happiness to be reborn in a Sugati. Sugati means in a good realm. The story is about Sumana. Who is Sumana? Here we have a Sumana, Shirley. Who is Sumana in this story? Sumana is the third daughter of Anathapindika. Anathapindika had 3 daughters: Mahasubhadra, Chula Subhadra, Sumana. And then he had a son called Kala. So, you know that every day Anathapindika gives dana to 2,000 monks and nuns in his place. And at the same time, Vishaka gives danas to 2,000 monks and nuns too. 4,000 monks are given dana in these 2 places. So one day, this Sumana got sick, Anathapindika's youngest daughter. So then it is said that Mahasubhadra, Chula Subhadra, the first 2 daughters, eldest one and middle daughter, they became Sotapannas. They are Sotapannas. But the youngest one became a Sakadaga person. Now, Anathapindika also was Sotapan person. But the first 2 daughters are Sotapan. But the youngest daughter is a Sakadaga. So just before she was going to pass away near the deathbed, she was talking to the father. And how she talked to father, she addressed the father not as daddy or father. She addressed the father as, "Hello, younger brother." Then the father was confused. I'm not your younger brother, I'm your father. Then she again called him, "Hello, younger brother." Then he was a little confused and she passed away. Now, for the father, he was worried about the daughter because something, maybe her mind was not, something happened to her mind. So he immediately went to the vihara and asked from the Buddha, "What happened to my youngest daughter? I'm very worried about her next life." And then the Buddha said, "It is because she was a Sakadagami person, you are a Sotapanna person, so you are younger than him, younger than her. That's why she's called you as younger brother. Now you are not supposed to call other people younger brother, elder brother, right? Younger sister, elder sister." But in that story, Buddha said, the reason why your youngest daughter called you as younger brother, you are at a time your father, because she was a Sakadagami person. Now, Sumana Devi, was very happy about what she had done before she passed away. She always considers, I've been doing a lot of good karmas in my life. And I know what's going to happen. I'm a Sakadagami. I won't be reborn more than one more life. Sakadaga. So I'm happy about it. Sakadaga. But Sotapannas can go to 7 life. But me, I have cut down that number. So I have cut it short to 1 more life. So I'm happy about my next life. And Ubayatta Nandati. So I'm happy in both places because I have no fear of death. Tell me, who are very conscious about the death? Who are very scared of the death? Normal humans are very scared of the death. How do we know that? How do we know that normal people are very scared of the death? Because of the questions they are asking from us. Bhante, how to die mindfully? Then we know this person is scared. Right? Yes. How do we know that this is the time we're going to die? We never know the time. Rather, we practice Dhamma thing every moment. One day you will die. That is the good way to do it. So, enlightened people are not scared about the death. Death will happen to us. It's a part of our life. It's not beyond this life. They are not scared. So then they are happy. Ubayatta Nandati. They are happy in both places. Do you think that this happiness will come to all of us? Is Ubayatta Nandati? Or we are very scared about the next life? The people who are scared about the next life is those ones who have not become enlightened. So this is the story for the Sumana Devi. I think we can go check some of the Pali words here. Let's go to the first one. Tapati means torment, go through pain. Tapati. Ida means this life. Pecha means next life. Papakari means the one who done bad karma. Ubayatta means either and pecha. Tapati again, torment, go through pain. Biyo means further or more suffering. Biyo. More tapat. Biyo tapat. Here, either means this life, pecha means next life, nandati means happiness, delight. Katapunyo means the one who has done good karmas. Ubayata means again, either and pecha. Nandati again, delight. Punya means good karma. Biyo means more. And if you, I don't know whether you have heard this English word. This is an interesting term. Passion-free delight. Interesting. I'm trying to connect this to Nandati. Now, when we study Dhammapada, there is a chapter coming up called Arahanta Vak. Chapter about the Arahants. And also in the Kuddaka Nikaya, there is a separate section called Theragata and Therigata. Happiness of the Arahants, happiness of the male Arahants and female Arahants. In these teachings of Theragata, Therigata and Dhammapada's Arahanta Vaka, we find out Arahants are the ones who truly enjoy life. So the happiness they have is passion-free delight. There's a Pali stanza we'll be studying one day, maybe not soon. Ramaniyani aranyani yattana ramati jano vitaraga ramissanti nate kamagavisin. I would ask you, would you like to go to the forest sometimes just to see the nature? I think you would like to go there and see the nature. But what do many people do when they go to the forest and these places? They want to enjoy in their own way. They might enjoy with BBQ steaks, fire, all these, practices what their ancestors did in the same forest. Long time ago, but they are enjoying in the modern way. Same thing, they are enjoying in the modern way. But the Buddha said, only Arahants and those ones further up, they are the ones who are enjoying nature in the best way. Why? Ramaniyani aranyani, beautiful forest. Yattana ramatija. The normal people cannot like those beautiful places in the way how Arahants do. Vitaraga ramissanti. Arahants and those enlightened people also stick to the forest. They like the forest, but nateka, not to please their sensual desires. That is their delight. That delight is called, in English word I said, passion-free delight. This is interesting. There's no passion. Passion-free delight. I'm not telling you that you all must have it, but one day, because you all want to become a Sotapanna one day, so one day your happiness will be not that going away from the nature, not rejecting the nature. You will embrace the nature better than the normal people. So Nandati means delight. All right, any questions? Any questions about today? I think today what we learned was how does someone who done bad karma go through the pain in this life by considering the bad karma, and in the next life by going to experience them in the next life, and by fearing about the death. So is the good person in this life, next life, and in both lives. So that this finally comes down to an understanding that we are all supposed to kusalas all the time, good karmas all the time. That way, we are going to minimize different levels of our mind. In other words, what we need to understand is when someone does a bad karma, that person struggles with that bad karma within 3 mental layers. When someone done a good karma, that person enjoys, delights that good karma within the 3 layers of one's own mental happiness. It's not just one flashlight of happiness that I'm happy that I did good. No, this happiness can be enjoyed at 3 different mental layers, states of layers. And they are not always in the next life. 2 in this life, 1 in next life. Bad person, 2 in this life, 1 in next life. All right, any questions?
Bhante, can Bhante explain Biyo again? Because I was not at my place just now. Somebody called me. Neighbor called
Biyo.
me. So, Biyo.
Biyo means more. It relates to good and bad. Let's say someone has done bad karma. Finally, this person is going to suffer an abundance of unhappiness. Biyo, more. Biyo.
Thank you, Bhante.
Now, when the Buddha was trying to give Vinaya to the monks, the Buddha said the purpose of the Vinaya is to elevate the trust that the lay people have about the Sangha more and more. Pasannang nangwa biyo bhavai. Them. They are already happy about you, Sangha members. So, by practicing these Vinaya disciplinary practices, lay people will be happier. They will be happier. Happy more and more. So, biyo means more. How does it relate to this context? Means when someone does a bad karma, there are more suffering awaiting for that person. When someone does good karma, there's more happiness awaiting for that person. Biyo.
Sorry, Bhante, if I can ask, what about the dichotomy in the beginning of the Dhammapada? What does it
Dichotomy.
mean?
Yeah, dichotomy means it's an English word that I use here. It's because the Pali word is yamaka. Yamaka means 2. So the Buddha says yamaka in the sense of that two similar stanzas go together, but one stanza talks about the good side, one stanza talks about the bad side. Initially, bad side, good side. So dichotomy means that division. So you can dichotomize the idea of these 2. One is the good side, one is the bad side. Dichotomy has to be taken that way. But the thing is, they are all related each other. Yes, other questions? That means we are going to study another 2 stanzas under dichotomy chapter, and then it's finished. We are going to the next chapter. It's very interesting, Appamadavaka. So dichotomy chapter will be finished with our next week's 2 stanzas. Dichotomy means what you call similar idea is being given in 2 ways. So we have to learn the both. It's like a pair.
Bhante, I didn't get the Sugati just now. I was too fast. 6
Sugati.
heaven.
Okay. Well, if you study the Buddhist cosmology, this is another subject. We don't have to worry about it. It is said that there are 31 places where someone is going to be reborn. When we pass away, we have 31 places to be. Not we are going to be reborn in all these places in one life. We are going to be vulnerable to be reborn in one of these 31 places. 4 out of 31, they are bad places. Duggati. The rest is Sugati. That means 27 places are Sugati, good places. But the happiness or goodness will range from the lowest to the highest. The lowest happy place is our place, Manusa. We are the lowest. Then the highest is Akanitta, it's a Brahma world in the, what do you call, Rupavachara. And the further highest is Neva Sanya, Nasanya, Arupavachara world. But out of all these, Manusa world is the best because we don't have lots of happiness, we don't have lots of suffering. So we are living in moderate mental states depending on the conditions. A better place to practice Dhamma. All right, any more questions? We'll
Yeah,
take
Bhante,
yes.
just want to find out because there is two Sugati. One is 1G, another one is double G. How to differentiate?
Actually, you can say Dugati, Sugati, or Dugati and Sugati. They are variants. Now, this is Burmese variant. I would say, let's go this way. We can go like this. The wrong one is Dugati. Or you can say Dugati. Same idea. Chia, Dugati. In terms of the good side, the good places, Sugati. Sugati. Or you can say Sugati. But this is Burmese variant, say reduplication, double consonants. I would say this is Burmese text. You can go with either one. Say idea is same, meaning is same.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Bhante,
Yes.
is Naraka and Niraya the same?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yeah. Two Pali words, but signify the same. 16 hells. 8 hot, 8 cold.
Got it. Thank you, Bhante.
Bhante,
Yes.
There is one sutta called the lump of salt.
Okay.
And yeah, okay.
Lona Pala Sutta.
I am not sure how to put this, but if a person does bad deed, and then he or she might think that, it's okay. Maybe in my previous lives I've done a lot of good deeds, so not to worry. It's just like a lump of salt put in the Ganges River. How do we jive these two? Like, so not so much suffering this present life before death.
Okay, this is very interesting. Now, when we pass away, how does the next life get decided? Next life get decided based on the last thought that we are having. Let's say someone who has done a lot of bad karma, in your case, Lona Parasutta's lump of soul, that person might think, I have done bad karmas, but I'm going to think about the good karma. Normally, we understand when someone is going to pass away, our intention capacity, intensification of the Chetana is going down. In Abhidharma, they talk about javanas. Normally, we have 7 javanas in Abhidharma, in the process of registering a thought. Now, this javana process will be shortened to 5 or 4 before the death, because body knows mind is going to go out now. So body is not supporting the mind. It's going to recycle back for the 4 elements. So what is happening is that I wonder whether someone who is going to be dying in a natural way has enough courage, stamina to divert the wrong thought, bad karma into, that's a big challenge. Let's say there is someone who is doing that. We don't know, they are capable people. Because of that, this person will be reborn in a better place. Now the problem is, for how long? Not for long, because in this life, that person may have done a lot of bad karma. So habitual karmas are going to take over that blessing, that last thought. That's why it is said that do more good karmas, don't stop. Not one dana is going to be enough. Not one year of taking retreats enough. Do it every day. Small projects. All these are going to add up to your everything. So, but there is a possibility of being reborn as a good person, but not for long. Because habitual karmas always take over at the end.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. And for those who don't know that sutta, Lonapala Sutta, in this sutta, Buddha says, don't worry if you have done bad karmas, because now you don't do bad karmas. You need to do more good karmas. The result is as such, someone is going to put a small amount of salt into a cup of water, and we understand the glass of water will become salty in a moment of time, because that amount of salt and the water is not that voluminous, and then the glass of water becomes salty. It's like some people's life. They have not done many good karmas, even a small bad karma, small lying, bad mouth about somebody, that can really take over his rest of the rest of the life. But there is someone who has done a lot of good karmas, but as a human, that person may have done some bad karmas, maybe long time ago. His or her example is someone who is going to put the same amount of lump of salt into the Ganges in India. And the Ganges will never become salty, because volume of water is voluminous than the amount of salt. So when you do more good karmas, in case you may have done bad karmas in the past, you will compensate. But this is not a free pass to do bad karmas and do some good karmas somewhere in your life. All right, so let's wrap this up at this point. Today we've been learning about Dhammapada's 18 and 19 stanzas, 17 and 18 stanzas. They are about the suffering or the pain an akusala person is going through in two places within the three mental layers. So is the good person who has done good karmas in two places and within the three layers of the mental state. So I think happiness is double, triple, quadruple in the sense of how that person is going to look at it back in terms of good stuff. Happiness, and then the suffering will be on the opposite side. So may all the good karmas you've been making today by learning these two stanzas be transferred to all the departed ones who passed away in the name of all of us. May they be well and happy. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me nyati nang hutu sukita huntu nyatayu. Idam me nyati nang hutu sukita huntu nyatayu. Idam me nyati nang huntu sukita huntu nyatayu. May Deva, Naga, Naitika share all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of us for good health, quality of life, prosperity, and safety. May they in particular bless our Dhamma journeys. Finally, may Deva, Naga, Mahitika also attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavatacha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang. Sabbe deva anumodantu sambasang patti siddhya. Ittavatacha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sambasang patti siddhya. Ittavatacha ammehi sambatang punya sampadang. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Akasatta cha bhummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhang tulukasasanang. Akasatta cha bhummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhang tudesanang. Akasatta cha bhummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhang tumang paranti chirang rakhang tumang sadati. At the same time, may we be able to be in the company of Kalyana Mittas in this samsaric journey. May we be not in the company of Papa Mittas who can pull us out from the Dhamma journey. Taking us, we're going to make the wish. Imina punya kamena Mami Bala Samagamu Satang Samagamu Hotu Yavanibbana Patya. Finally, may all the good karmas we be making today by learning the mental states of an evil person and a kusala person May all these good karmas be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana silissa nichang vaddha pachayino chattaru dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanu sukhang balam ayurarokya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminati samicchati sadhu. With that blessing, our OPRC class is over today. Wishing you a good night. We'll be seeing you next week.
Thank you very much,
Bhante.
Bhante.
Thank
you,
Bhante.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you,
Bhante.
Bante. Thank you, Andre. Yeah, good night, Sis Eliana. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Night, all brother and sister.
Thank you.
Yeah, we
Bhante, sadhu.
sadhu.
Yes. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night. Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you very much, Bhante.
See you tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yes, thank you.
See you tomorrow, Bhante.
Bye.
Thank you. Yes.